Hi, one of the most important question in investing is not which stock to buy, but how much to buy. That means what should be the position size of a stock in your portfolio. This is the most important question and nobody talks about it. Today I am going to share my entire position sizing framework with you. How I position my stocks and how much I allocate to each stock. So, first, how many stocks to buy? There is no predefined rule as such, but I prefer buying 6 to 7 stocks in my portfolio at one time because this gives me a concentrated portfolio as I believe that more dilution creates more confusion. And how I have come up with this number of 6 to 7. That is purely based on my 6 years of experience in the investing and stock market. Also, I believe that I won't be able to track more than 6 to 7 companies in my portfolio and I won't have a proper conviction about it. And this has purely come up after I have experienced it because earlier I used to take many positions in my portfolio and I've realized that uh, I won't be able to track and I won't be able to analyze the fundamentals as well as I won't have any conviction on all those stocks. So I have come up with this number of 6 to 7 stocks holding in my portfolio. The next thing, how much I allocate to each stock. As I said, I have 6 to 7 positions in my portfolio, so it is dividing 100 by 6. That gives you 16.67% of your portfolio value. So I allocate 16.67% in one stock, and this 16.67% I don't allocate at once because I have a separate rule for that allocation, and that rule is 40 40 20. First 40 is the first 40 is 16.67% 40, like that will come out around 6.67% of your portfolio value. And this 40 40 20, the first allocation I do for the first 40 I allocate only after the stock has satisfied my technical as well as fundamental criteria, and the next 40 I allocate only after my thesis has confirmed, and this is mostly if the thesis has confirmed my analysis, so the price will be up, and this 40% allocation is done at a higher price than the first 40, and last the 20% allocation is done on further confirmation. How this 40 40 20 framework helps me? Firstly, in the after I take a position of the 40% first 40, if suppose my thesis goes wrong and my stop loss got hit, so in that way I'll be losing only a chunk of money. Instead, if I have invested 100% in that stock at one go, so that would have given me more loss if my stop loss got hit. The second advantage of this rule is that it builds position in stocks which are performing and not in the stocks that I hope that will perform. Like if in the first 40% the stock has given me a 7 to 8% increase, so that has performed. Instead, the if the stock was flat, or uh, it might be in loss, so this 7 to 8% stock will be taken in will take another 40% of my position size, but instead of the stock that is flat or that is negative than my earlier 40% buy. And the third advantage is that it removes the pressure of perfectly timing a stock, because nobody can time a stock perfectly. Only a liar or a god can time the stock perfectly. Then next thing, how much I allocate on the maximum side. This 16.61% that I've said, that is for every stock. So that means that every stock is balanced. But if I have a higher conviction in some stock, so in that case I allocate a maximum of 23.4%. This figure comes out from my allocation of 16.67 plus additional 40% on that. That means it will be around, if I say for 100 out of 100%, if I have one stock that is given, that is suppose X, so I will take 1.4x of this. X is 16.61%. So my maximum allocation would be 23.4% in a higher conviction stock. So this 40-40 rule also helps in allocation for in higher conviction stock, because if suppose in my portfolio there are already 6 stocks and I have taken 5 stocks 100% and the 6th stock is at 40%. So if I see that there is a flattish returns in the 6th stock, so I will take that 40% from the 6th stock and I will allocate in the higher conviction stock, as this higher conviction stock will give me good returns, as well as also I believe that no stock should be about 25% of your portfolio. So that's why I've limited it to 23.4%. And also this gives if I had increased the position size from this, then in that case the portfolio will be unbalanced. Like if this 23.4% or say 25% stock had moved, had given me wild swings, then the portfolio will also swing that much. So hence I have a maximum allocation I had given it as 23.4%. So next, what this system protects me against. So this protects me against, first thing, that over concentration in any one idea that goes wrong. That means if a stock that had taken say 25% or 30%, if I had not followed the system, and that goes wrong, so that will give me much more losses. Then second, deploying full capital in one go. So my 40-40-20 rule helps me in staging my entries. And lastly, emotional position sizing. You can't get emotional about every stock that you hold, because you have a finite capital. So this 16.67% rule helps me in controlling my emotions and taking the entries based on the system. And this I had developed over my 6 years of investing experience. You can develop your own system for entry, but you need to have a position sizing system, because earlier when I used to not have any system, at that point I had seen like the wrong stocks have given me like the wrong stocks in the wrong size have given me unbearable losses, and the wrong stocks in right size, if there are losses, then that can be that can be covered up. But a stock that had given me 30% loss So and in the that has a 30% size of my portfolio and has given me a loss of 10 to 15%. So that would be bad stock and bad position sizing, I would say. So I hope I had cleared all the process, the entry, how I screen stock, the exit, and today the journey of a stock in my portfolio from entry to exit. That is the position sizing and how I control it. So that's it from my side. I'm Shubamm Agrawal from Swish Wealth. Thank you.